Welcome to Terror on Church Street, North America's premier haunted attraction. You've never seen fear like we have here.
On today's episode of World of Micah, we're visiting downtown Orlando, Florida. We're going to be hanging out on Church Street, talking about some history, comparing some photographs, and even going to visit the former site of Terror on Church Street. Today's going to be fun. It's been a while since I've been downtown Orlando with you guys. Now, all right, we are officially on West Church Street. Here you can see Orlando City Stadium, soccer team. It's pretty cool. Like, you get on Church Street, you can walk, see a soccer game, you can walk to Amway, you can walk to Camping World Stadium if you want. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Today is a good day. Right here is Amway, home of the Orlando Magic. And straight ahead it says there is an event tonight. The street closes at 2 o'clock today. It's 11 o'clock, so we got plenty of time. I'm going to park on the other side of Church Street so I don't have to mess with any of this. You can see the Orlando Magic gift shop right there, the team shop. And we are heading straight ahead to Church Street. We are on Church Street, but Church Street Station. That's where we're headed today. I'm driving straight through where we're about to walk up and down the history on this brick road right here, Church Street Station. Man, I'm excited. Today is going to be a fun day, especially since there's really not a whole lot of people out here. Starting off here on Church Street at a church, the First Pres Church. Felt that was kind of appropriate. Sometimes this architecture blows my mind down here in Orlando. You know, I live very close, so it's just cool to see that this is like in the backyard. And we are going to be walking towards where Terror on Church Street used to sit. That's right, there was a horror attraction that was year-round down here on Church Street. But we're not going to get into that first. We're going to go back. We're going back to the 1800s with the beginning of our history on Church Street today. Man, just getting on this side of Church Street Station, the restaurants through here, all the clubs starting to cook their food, and it smells delicious. And it all started right here. In 1880, the railroad came to Orlando from Sanford. This spot was built around 1889. The old railroad station, Church Street Station. There's an old Church Street Station timepiece here. They have one just like this on Main Street, the Magic Kingdom. And yes, the track and train is still here. It's now the Sunrail. Still walk through here, just can't get on the tracks. But yes, there are trains that come through here, right next to the old Church Street Station here. Not sure what they're doing to this building. Got it all fenced up and whatnot. You can still see some, I think this was a nightclub at one point too. Like an old bar area right there. Plenty of old school seats. I was kind of hoping we would see one of the Sunrail trains coming through. They come through all the time. And I can hear the actual station. Those are passengers down there. So maybe we'll see one coming through. Seems like they're getting ready to hop aboard. Man, if this is not perfect timing. I can hear the little drawbridge thing closing, because that means there's a train coming. See, these are about to go down as well. Right where we were standing. And which way is the train coming? Which way? Sounds like it's coming right there. It is coming around the bend. Awesome. That's so cool. One day I'd love to ride it. I think you can get from like here to Kissimmee on that. That'd be cool. The Sunrail. I wonder what the Floridians in 1889 would have thought of this. All right, I'm gonna head down and cross the street here. Be a perfect time to cross the street because no traffic is crossing right now. And I wanna match up, whoa! That was loud. I wanna match up an old photograph. Holy cow, that was quick. The Sunrail. Here's an awesome photograph of the Church Street Station, 1889. And that photograph was taken from this angle. This place has grown considerably, but the station still looks the same as it did back in 1889. So now let's fast forward to the year 1974, July of 1974. A man by the name of Bob Snow was kind of the Walt Disney of this this little stretch of road here. He opened Rosie O'Grady's Good Time Emporium. And I guess you can say the rest is history, but they started putting in a whole lot of different shows here, clubs. It was a whole family destination. Mom, dad, all kids. I mean, this place was kind of like International Drive. In the 80s and 90s, it was a thriving place. They do have a lot of ghost happenings down here. Even with the closing of Terror on Church Street, a lot of these buildings are haunted, but this is the building that kind of started it all. With Mr. Bob Snow, this was Rosie O'Grady's. Now the Hairy Buffalo. We'll try and get it's gonna be a little difficult to get this photo, but we can try. By the way, no alcohol beyond this point, which means you can get alcohol and walk this entire street. Oh, this is cool. Earl Funk is a local artist, does tattoos and murals here in Orlando. That's pretty cool. I didn't know he did this one. All right, Hairy Buffalo, Rosie O'Grady's, and the photograph I'm gonna have to get, I think, right over there. That's okay, it's not too busy through here. You just gotta watch out as I cross the street illegally. It's Orlando, what's legal and what's not legal. I'll do this one to be safe. All right, I got 10 seconds. Made it with a second to spare just to get one photograph. Oh boy. All right, what you were looking at is this right here. You can see straight ahead, that was Rosie O'Grady's. The Church Street Station mural on it, the Exchange Building to the left, and the hot air balloon. That was all right there. Crazy, you can see, like, you know, how big this place has really gotten. I'm sure when Bob Snow came down here, it didn't look like this. It's just cool if this has kind of remained too. But I'm gonna walk right across the street safely. We're gonna look at a few other spots and just see what they look like. And you can see the Church Street. This is like a postcard, Church Street Station postcard with the Rosie O'Grady's right there. But this is now Hairy Buffalo Restaurant Bar. I've been there before. And you can also do the American Ghost Tours, and they will give you a ghost tour of this whole place. I would love to do that. This is the old Cheyenne Saloon and Opera House here. It kind of looks, you know, like it would back in the day. I don't think really a lot has changed with this place. I love the architecture, you know. Church Street Station, they kind of left a little bit of the old old style American, you know. Kind of like the Wild West meets Bourbon Street. This was the Exchange Building. And I love this, how, you know, you could walk across Church Street Station right here. Just like in Bourbon Street, some of these places you can hang out on the balcony. Now here's a photograph. Welcome to Florida, Church Street Station. Had the band, Rosie O'Grady herself. A bunch of people walking in the street. The Exchange Building there, and the cross where we're standing here. The guy and the piano is right there. They closed off this whole street. The Exchange Building. It's cool. This place was a happening kind of place. Still is. Yeah, the Cheyenne Saloon. Pretty awesome. Looks like something out of the Old West. Coming soon, the Bumby Arcade. I'm sure that has to do with, you know, Bumby Avenue. Well, gonna continue walking down. Yeah, this whole thing is the Bumby Block. Believe Mr. Bumby was actually buried here in Orlando. Could be wrong about that. Hamburger Mary's right here. Fantastic burger place. Love the burgers at Hamburger Mary's. The place is awesome. And this is the Church Street Social Club here. And then you've got the train. A lot of history down here. But let's talk about some history from the year 1991. On November 8th, 1991. I was born November 8th, 1988. My brother was born in 1991. So on my birthday, the year my brother was born, Terror on Church Street opened here in Orlando. Kind of around the same time that Universal Studios had their very first Halloween Horror Nights. They called it Fright Nights back then. But this was a year-round haunt. And there is some really cool history about its opening. Anthony Perkins, that's right, Norman Bates himself, was here to promote the event, the grand opening, and people lined up all the way down the street. Anthony Perkins was actually here filming Psycho 4, the beginning, at Universal Studios down the street, and I think when he got any idea of it, they probably reached out to him and they were like, hey, help us out. And Anthony, being a team player, probably, you know, some exchange, did it for him, and it worked. People showed up. I mean, why wouldn't you? Norman Bates showing up for a haunted attraction, I would be there. That's Hollywood royalty. But we're gonna go look at exactly where Terror on Church Street used to sit, and then what it looked like when they bulldozed it, because it's no longer there. It is now a bank. But if you're walking through here, this is Church Street Market right here. They got a 7-Eleven, 24 hours, coffee shop over here, pizza. There's a, they got art space up above. Lots of businesses through here. And I think this is a condo here. Could you imagine down here, November 8th, 1991, your family just went to the brand new Disney MGM Studios, probably the brand new Universal Studios Florida. You saw the Psycho house because they were using it to film the new Psycho 4. And you said, hey, let's go to Church Street. I see a lot of people advertising Church Street. Let's go check it out. And you get there, and there is Anthony Perkins. Psycho. Norman Bates is there to welcome a brand new haunt. I would lose my mind. This is not when YouTube was around. No one had a phone. No one had a camera, you know? Like, oh my gosh. I wonder how many people met him, how many people got autographs or photographs. Be pretty cool. You guys know anything? Comment. Before we get to Terror on Church Street, I want to show this old Walgreens here. It is still operational, but the outside building is amazing. Next to it is the old Crest building, which is now the Chop House. But that's the old Crest building down here. There it is. Terror on Church Street with a giant spider on the side. And it was taken right here. Now is the Chase Bank on South Orange Ave in West Church Street. But you can still see that circle right there, and that's pretty much all that's left. They completely bulldozed on Church Street. You can see in this photograph here. That was them demolishing it. And I hate that they did that because that building was actually haunted, said by many, and was a historical building. Right over there was the old Woolworth building. Right across the Walgreens and the Crest. A lot of these buildings down here are historical, and supposedly a lot of people had said they saw some really weird paranormal activity stuff happening inside that Woolworth building. And a lot of the actors who worked for Terror on Church Street have said what they saw in there. It's pretty crazy, and the fact they would destroy that building hurts my soul because it's his history. It's history. But now it's a bank, you know, a bank next to a loan place, next to another bank. There's a lot of banks. If you want history, you got a Walgreens and a Crest, which is a chop house now, so. But, you know, money talks. And obviously if a bank wants to take up this place, they can. I don't know why I'm acting so bitter. I really don't care. I mean, we have a lot of haunts down here. It is sad though that it's gone. I never got to do it. Never got to do it. I don't think my family ever made it downtown Orlando. We drove through downtown Orlando, but we never stopped when we were here on vacation and stuff. We were over in the Kissimmee area most of the time. But I wanted to come down here today and just see this for myself. I've been kind of watching a lot of old commercials of Church Street. There's actually a live performance of my buddy Tyler. His dad, Ronnie McDowell, did a live performance here on Church Street once. It's like a recording of it. I think it actually was televised. So was Jerry Lee Lewis's performance, like a legendary performance down there of Jerry Lee Lewis. And I think they did play at Rosie O'Grady's. Could be wrong about that. It always just said live from Church Street Station, whoever the artist was. But a lot of famous artists performed down there. Did you guys ever get to see that? Or did you ever get to see Terror on Church Street? I want to see the comments. I want to know. It's very peaceful. There is something about downtown Orlando. Really easy to get caught up in the bubble of the theme parks. Coming downtown sometimes, it's good. It's good. I like it. But this was fun. I had a lot of fun today. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Walking up and down Church Street, just seeing a few things. I didn't really dive in deep into some history, but I covered a good chunk. There's a lot of history down there. I will be back. Maybe one day we'll get to take the haunted tour. Well, I gave someone 50 minutes free on the parking meter. I guess that's like doing my part, huh? But I think we saw, we took care of business here today on Church Street, downtown Orlando, Florida. Like I said, this was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next adventure. Until then, stay weird. Goodbye.